Verstappen started the weekend at the Las Vegas Grand Prix, criticising F1's new poster race as being 99% show and 1% sporting event, he ended it standing on top of the podium in an Elvis-themed race suit, having sung Viva Las Vegas on the slowing down lap. Verstappen's criticisms were for a long time that the focus of the race meeting that veered from chaos to thrilling spectacle, but the longer the weekend went on, the more they faded into the background and the quality of the event came to the fore. It would be wrong to say that Verstappen had been entirely won over, but after winning the best race of the season, a thrilling fight at the front with Ferrari's Charles Leclerc at the second Red Bull Sergio Perez, that involved 5 on-track changes for the lead. He certainly toned down his views. I always expected it to be a good race, he said. There's never been my issue, but today was fun. This is the only thing I want to say about it. I hope everyone enjoyed it. Have Verstappen been got at by F1 bosses who were among those he felt his criticisms had gone too far? His team boss, Christian Horner, said that the Dutchman reflects it as an important event for F1, and the race was the way it delivered today is something he enjoyed. Asked whether Verstappen's reflection had been encouraged by a chat with F1 about the effect of criticisms might be having on the race, in which the sport invested $500 million into of its own money, Horner countered that it had been adjusted by the race. Lewis Hamilton meanwhile took a thinly veiled swipe at his 2021 title rival, saying, for all those saying negative things about the weekend, saying it was a show, blah blah blah, I think Vegas proved them wrong. This weekend did not get off to a good start when a drain that was loose was hit by Carlos Sainz's Ferrari, severely damaging the car and bringing the first practice to an end after just 9 minutes. Repairs caused a 2.5 hour delay to the start of the session and meant F1 had to send the spectators home because the security guards reached the end of their shifts. Many thought F1 offered to those with one-day tickets for Thursday of a £200 voucher to spend in the race's official store was derisory, nor was there even an apology, even if that can be explained by not need to admit fault in the US, litigation capital of the world. But that did not stop thousands who had flocked to Sin City for the race from enjoying themselves. The famous strip, the centrepiece of the track, was mobbed by race fans, many of them wearing team gear. This was a party atmosphere in the city, and the fact that casinos were partnered in the race was very clear, which had been initially perceived to be one-sided. That was not at all. The relationship was very much mutual. F1 sees a Grand Prix with the iconic Las Vegas and nighttime backdrop as potentially a key differentiator as it seeks to grow its place in the world's largest market with cut through across the world. Vegas, meanwhile, sees F1 as part of a strategy to become an international sporting centre. It already has the Raiders, NFL, NHL's Golden Knights, and in the days before the race, a deal for Oakland's basketball team to move to Vegas in 2018 was struck. Las Vegas will host the Super Bowl in February, and the Grand Prix is part of the strategy. The plan puts Las Vegas in direct competition with the likes of Saudi Arabia. And yeah, in addition to the moral concerns over human rights in Saudi Arabia, Vegas provides a spectacular setting for the Grand Prix. The race exists to make money for both parties, and some numbers involved in eye-watering. The Wynn Hotel was charging £50,000 for a weekend in F1's Paddock Club, where corporate cars or events were entertained above the pits. But the venue, OU, and quality of some of the packages on offer was also clear. The Bellagio Hotel was one of a number of locations owned by MGM, offering its own venue for guests to enjoy the race. A platform was constructed on the famous fountains, a water and light show in front of the hotel. It was surrounded by some of the most iconic sites in Las Vegas. On one side of the strip, cars blasting past at 200 miles per hour, the fake Eiffel Tower and Montgolfier balloon in the Paris Hotel, the Vatican Hotel nearby. On the other side of Bellagio, its fountains, Caesar Palace and other venues. A 3-day ticket costs £11,247, but a wow moment, whether the ardent F1 fans, wider sports fans, or even those unversed in either, then view even the Monaco Harbour on the Grand Prix calendar. Before the weekend started and before the race itself, there were shows on the pit straight. There were concerts by top musical stars. This is a show which Verstappen vehemently objected. His criticism contained the central truth that Las Vegas Grand Prix is very much about entertaining a show rather than a race in many aspects, but very few in F1 shared Verstappen's thoughts, with Leclerc, for example, saying, I'm especially happy to see we finish this weekend on a high note because it was hurting me to see a sport I love so much started from the wrong foot, but the fact we had an amazing race and we made up for it, he said. For all of the obvious success of the inaugural Las Vegas Grand Prix, there's room for improvement, and the most glaring problem is probably the schedule. Qualifying starts at midnight, the race at 10 p.m, 2 hours later than the night race in Singapore, and straight flying to Abu Dhabi. A 12-hour time zone shift makes it worse. Everyone in the paddock was very tired by the end. Everywhere you went in the paddock, you could see people kind of sick of the night race, etc., etc. And Daniel Ricciardo spoke for that when he said, for everyone's health and safety, bring it forward. And yeah, that was really seen along the paddock. Changing it will not be easy. The timings were chosen to fit in with Las Vegas entertainment schedule and to be as friendly for the Europe TV audience as possible, where it started in 6 or 7 across the continent. For these American factors, it made a compromise. 22 o'clock in Las Vegas is 1 o'clock in the east. Vasser said it's not easy to find the right answer, as she wants to have decent timings for everyone. Before F1 was just the European people, and we had 6 European timing, it was okay. Now it's a worldwide project, and it's much more difficult to find something that fits, with the exception of a 24-hour zone, but we have to adjust that. For a sport that's aiming to get to carbon net zero by 2030, the use of gas burners outside every team hospitality was not a good look. Does it have bugs to work out, said Zach Brown? Yes, but what doesn't? On the whole, it was mega, so he was approving. But anyway, guys, that's the video. Thanks so much for watching. Share, subscribe, and also every daily F1 news and subscribe from the channel. It's been greatly appreciated. Thanks so much for watching.